ago, Joyce Blessing took this song and remade it. There were issues that came later because they did not seek consent from the rightful owners. I mean, from Ace and Joyful Way Incorporated. And so, legal action was taken. Sometime in 2009, the Church of Pentecost was not happy with Dana Asamoah reproducing some of their songs. There was even a recent incident with Francis Amo recently. And I hope you remember the Team Eternity and Kwame Mickey case too. Defi. And I think last year, Daughters also asked Ohima Perez to delete a performance of one of the songs that she did and put on her TikTok page. And then one other case that really got people talking recently was the cover done by Adum Kiki and Joe Metal. I mean, the one they did on Osei Ikuyama Watson's Jatebrua. We all know the right thing to do when you want to use somebody's musical work is to seek the permission, and then if the contract or the deal demands or requires that you pay something, you do that. But we're asking, must this rule strictly apply to gospel music, which is primarily a ministry meant to spread the message of Christ? Shouldn't the ownership and copyright restrictions be relaxed in the gospel sector in the interest of evangelism and inspiration and exaltation to God? We are having this discussion today right here on Joy 99.7 FM, Showbiz A to Z. My name is Kwame Dadzie. This show is produced by Philip and I with support from Anita Tay, Ida Lemaire. We have Kwame Misa, DJ Ubeti, and the entire crew here to support this program. And the team is seated. The panel, they're already seated. We're getting straight into the conversation. I'm very, very happy to have everybody here. Let me say hi to Ace Anan Kojo Ankuma. He is a musician. I'm
not a musician.
No, I always love to mention the musician first because you see, let me read.
I'm a music hobbyist.
And then he's a lawyer, we know that. But you see, I think he's more of a musician because he lives it. Now listen, Ace Ankuma, between 1984 and 86, 84 I wasn't born. I was born in 85. Between 84 and 86, he was music director for Soul Clinic Ambassadors. 85, 86, music director, Joyful Way Incorporated, the Cape Coast branch. 89, joint music director, Mission Choir, University of Ghana, Legon. 1990-92, listen, 1990-92, he was a national music director, Joyful Way. 93-94, music director, Kingston, Ontario, Canada, for music director for Kingston Christian Faith Tabernacle. Okay, 1996 to 2002, music and productions director, Joyful Way, and personal albums, plenty. I've seen a tall list here. I can't even read them. So yeah. He is a great musician. He writes, he plays musical, he produces, he does a lot of things in the music industry.
Musicians are more serious than me.
We are honored to have you again.
Thank you.
The last time we met was last year when we were talking about this whole instrumentalist issue.
Yeah, whether we should be paid or not.
So this is an extension, if you like, of this conversation, and we are glad to have you here on the show. Let me say hi to my uncle. Uncle Ken. Hello, Uncle.
Hi, Kwame.
How are you?
Why are you going zigzag?
Why should I not zigzag?
If you wanted to introduce Ace first, which I agreed to, you should have introduced everybody before coming to me. Because I'm your resident.
Oh, yeah, I understand. You are right.
He's
you are.
He's a shareholder in the
He's
program.
a shareholder.
Yeah. So,
true.
Jumping from Ace to me,
yeah,
it's like,
and
I agree.
I'm not introduced Uncle Ken yet, please.
Thank you.
Introduction withdrawn.
Let me go to Jackson Brefo, who is CEO for GAMRO, Ghana Music Rights Organization. Jackson, how are you doing?
Very good, Kwame.
Yeah. Okay. And then Kwindalin Yegley, gospel musician. Hello.
Hi.
We've not met here since last year. 2 years ago.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay,
On this
we've
show.
met somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't.
Okay. And then now let me come to the resident, our one and only host of Jazz on Joy, Ken's Music Mix. Yeah. Uncle.
Kwame.
Kennedy.
Kwame, it's always good to be here.
Good to have you always.
You know,
Yeah.
and particularly the kinds of people I come to meet
Yeah.
who, educate me things I might not have any idea about or even thought of.
Yeah.
And Ace is one of such people.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime, he's my friend on Facebook.
Oh.
So I read almost all his posts. I have to read all his posts.
They read a lot of number.
And I love his writings, his wit. I just enjoy him. all the
Awesome.
time.
Awesome.
A beautiful lady here I haven't met.
Kwindalin
already.
Yegley. Kwindalin
Kwindalin.
Yegley.
It's my first time hearing her name,
Maybe you've heard her song before.
most probably.
Yes.
But it's
Yeah.
it's lovely to see you.
Lovely to meet you.
Nice
too.
one. As for my brother there, I know him.
Yeah.
Kwame, just
Uncle.
before we start the
Yes,
discussion,
please.
there's
Yes,
something
please.
that's been bugging my mind
Okay.
I want to find out.
Okay, nice.
I saw on Facebook a couple of days ago a post by our producer. And this post was about the Ghana Police TV. And there was this lovely police lady sitting behind the console
Yeah.
and showering praises
Yes.
on our producer. And I saw the thing and I asked myself, hey, what's going on? Because our producer looks like he's also producing the police TV, from what the lady said. So I want confirmation this afternoon whether he produces the
Producer, please
police TV.
take one of the microphones. No, if you had not shared, if Phil had not shared that post, I wouldn't know it was him. Because they mentioned some name, different name.
But we found out that name here one day.
What is it? Is it Nyante or Nyante?
And yet we found that out here in the studio some time ago.
Yeah,
You
so
know.
yeah, I was also wondering, my producer, is he producing
Exactly.
elsewhere too?
I want to know.
I've been, I thought of asking this question, but let me say maybe, sir. So since Uncle Ken has asked on our behalf, and and a very nice, beautiful
Yes.
police woman.
Yes, a
very,
lovely
very
lady.
Lovely,
You know.
lovely.
And the way she mentioned his name
Yes.
and showered the praises.
The praises.
I was like, whoa,
And Kwindalin,
whoa,
you
whoa.
saw the video.
I did.
Yeah, you saw it too.
She said she did.
All right, guys, this is John 99.7 FM, Showbiz A to Z. Today we're talking about gospel music, the law. We want to find if there is a place of religion in law, law in religion. We're trying to have some education on that because most times when you see somebody drag, let's say, a gospel musician to court over copyright infringement, all we say is, so the person is helping you to spread the gospel. Why are you taking the person to court? Why are you dragging the person? So yeah, that is the issue on board today. And Jackson Brefo is from GAMRO. When we come to Ghana Music Rights, he is the CEO of GAMRO now. And so he would give us some insights in that direction. Our big man represents two worlds, the legal side, the music side, and so he has experience from both worlds. And then gospel musician Kwindalin is here. We ask whether she has taken somebody's song before or if she intends to do that. And Uncle Ken, he has played music for so many years before I was born. He has a wealth of knowledge when it comes to music issues of the creative industry as a whole. Now, let me start from the people, the custodians of the law. I mean, the people who understand copyright laws better. And so, in the beginning of this conversation, I'll be dealing more with Jackson and your lawyer is Ankuma on this one. I want us to understand what really goes into copyright infringement when we say this person has infringed on somebody's music rights. What exactly it means. So let me start with Jackson before I go to Ace here. What does it mean?
Very well, thank you, Kwame. It is proper we define what a music is, because most of it are not. We bundle that scope together. From my perspective, if we say music, it means a different thing to me.
Okay.
Yes, so there is music and there is recorded music, which we were actually called sound recording. So if Ace creates music, you may not see Ace behind the music, but he's the owner of the music. Philip may assemble good vocalists to perform the music. So he will create the music with or without words. That is what we call the composition. So beyond the composition, you can put lyrics on the music. In fact, all I'm talking about has got nothing to do with what you were just playing. This precedes what you were just playing.
Okay.
So after this is done, and he's the owner of the creativity. After this is done, someone finances the creativity into performances. So Phillips come inside as a record label and say, Kwame Dadzie, you have a good voice. Uncle Ken has a good guitar playing skills.
Yeah, he plays guitar so well.
Yes, so they should come in and perform the music. Mind you, this music can't be performed without a vocalist behind it, just instruments. And if you check the evolution of music in the European areas, you realize that when you create music, it started with sheets. So you could put that sheet music in a player piano and automatically it will play, to perform. When you have a human being behind it, singing it without instruments, you could record it and that will also be a performance. If that person is very good with the keys and all these. Put together, we are having two different types of works. The sound recording and then the musical work.
Okay.
Now, if we appreciate that there is a clear difference between the parties that own the music. So let me explain the parties that own the music. The person who creates the composition and the person who writes the lyrics. They own the composition.
Okay.
If there's a publisher involved, they own the composition. And then if there is a record label that finances the composition, the performance of the composition, the guitarist and all these goes to a studio and then they put a recording together, then the master rights belongs to the record producer.
Okay. So whoever finances it has a master
Rights, yes. So he finances it probably through contracts. So he can say, Kwame, we're going to sell this song. I'll give you 100K until I recoup my funds. Then you can start earning out of this music.
Okay.
Or he says that once we begin selling, mind you, he's going to do a budget for that. If he's going to finance the music, you don't just create the music with a recording and put it in your house. He's going to promote the music. If they tell you advertisement budget, you'll be shocked. So he puts all this together and he tells you that until we recoup this whole budget to the work, that is when you can start even earning out of the music. So he does all this with the performance, because mind you, we're talking about the recording. This arrangement has got nothing to do with the creator.
Okay.
Unless the creator is also the performer.
Okay.
So the creator's interest comes in when the music starts getting used. So when the music starts getting used, let's say in our contest, he will first explore the digital stores, Apple Music, Spotify, and what have you, through a distributor, let's say DistroKid, Ditto, CD Baby, and what have you. Once they do all these things and the work is out there on Spotify and all these places, whatever money that comes out, it goes first to the master rights owner, whoever financed the recording. However, there is a provision for the person who created the work. That is in performance royalties and mechanical royalties. And that is where Gamro comes in. So whoever created the work has to be vigilant on where his work is being used.
Okay.
And that money doesn't come straight to whoever created the work. That is the complexity. Whilst the master royalties is going to the one who financed the recording, the royalties that is generated out of the use of the creativity, the music, goes through entities
All right.
before it lands to the creator. So if the creator understands the creativity he has presented, I mean, under Section 5 of the copyright law, the author is the only person who has the exclusive right of reproduction, broadcast, sale, in fact, communication to the public. So before that work moves from the creator, Ace and Kuma, to the financier, the record label, all these arrangements has to be done.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So he creates, and then if he wants to perform, he can lead the performances and then finance his own performances. But if he has to move, it means that you need to seek explicit authorization. It's not about it's a reggae or it's high life.
It's high life.
No,
or-
you see, because before a music gets created, even in the creativity aspect, there are a lot of interested parties in it. So you might see Kwame Dadzie as the performer, but it wasn't Kwame Dadzie who
Alone.
created the work. So when it comes to the copyright of the work, it is not with Kwame Dadzie. Kwame Dadzie may own a related right. That is the sound recording. So he doesn't own the copyright. So you need to seek the explicit authorization from the creator. And once again, if you seek to re-perform the work, so for Uncle Ace, he's created the work. So as much as people want to perform the work, you have to seek explicit authorization. If he grants it, fine. If he doesn't, you have no idea. You don't have any business going close to it.
All right.
So, and in the general sense, the law does not give perception to whether this is a gospel or, in fact, what it mentioned is a musical work
So-
and sound recording. In other jurisdictions, you may have certain permitted use for place of worship, but in Ghana here, it is not so. From
Oh,
section
okay.
19 to 23, there
We
is
don't- we don't
nowhere-
have it in
there
our
is
laws.
There is nowhere that gives permission that you, because it's a gospel. And you see, let's understand this very well. Until you hear the lyrics to a particular what we call gospel, you will never know it's a gospel music.
Yeah.
So if Uncle Ace creates music and there is no lyrics to it, there is no way you'll be able to define it as gospel. And I have my own reservation against the classification of particular kinds of music as gospel and secular and all that, because I can actually create my music and name it after my own genre.
Okay.
Yes. There are a plethora of genres across the world. So what is very important is the recognition of the fact that there are a lot of players within the creative work.
Okay.
And the mere fact that a person performed the work does not give the right of the copyright to that person.
All right. All right. So now we know what music means, and we know all the parties involved in the ownership of music. Can we now get to know what copyright infringement is?
Yes. So, like I mentioned, explicitly under Section 5 of the Copyright Act, the reproduction of the work, one. So, if Uncle Ace creates a work, mind you, music starts from sheet before it gets to performance.
All
That is
right.
why we say copyright. Because if you can't copy, I mean, you can't protect it. So, it means that it can be put on a writable format. So, if that creativity happens, the reproduction of that creativity in the first place means that you need to seek authorization.
Okay.
So whether you want to photocopy or whatever, the communication of the work. So if this is the copyright, if you want to communicate it to the general public, you need to seek authorization. If you want to broadcast the work, so what you were just doing, you need to seek authorization.
Me playing the song.
Yes.
Okay.
That is what you do through Gemro.
Yeah.
If you want to sell the work, that is what you do. So, in fact, the law puts the copyright protection or the infringement like you are living in your house. You cannot boggle my house, then you'll be a thief. That is the same way copyright protection looks like. Once creativity happens, anything that happens with that work, whether making it public, whether photocopying, whether selling it, without the explicit authorization of the copyright owner, constitute an infringement.
Great. We'll get deeper into that. Let me also say that we have joining us on Zoom Diana Hamilton, who is also a gospel musician. Another person who will be joining us is Kewa. Kewa is a music producer and a pastor. He was also joining us on the show today. But let's get a bit deeper into the copyright infringement. Let me get to Ace. I've heard certain terms being used. I've heard samples. I've heard interpolation. I've heard covers. Could you please maybe break it down for us to know these terms and how infringement gets into these activities: sampling, interpolation, and covers?
I'll start if I digress. Bring me back.
Sure.
Because I need to explain
Something. Okay.
All right. So I wake up one morning. Unlike a lot of real gospel musicians, like I said, I'm just a hobbyist who claim to receive music in dreams and visions. I have never received a song in dreams and visions. And remind me to tell you the day I thought I had received a song in a dream. I want to tell you about that.
Okay.
No, I decide that I want to write a song. Maybe Joyful is going to have a recording, and I want to write a song for the recording. So I'll get down, sit behind my piano, and start playing. Now, as I keep playing and playing through progressions, and then something will stick to me, right? And then so I say I like this music sequence, and so I usually will grab my phone and record a voice note. Now, I do a lot of the music, then I start looking for words. So I have finished the music, and you see what he's talking about. When you hear the music, it is a merger of various things: lyrics, chords, progressions, riffs, runs, brass lines, drum patterns. That's what you hear in the end. But it starts with simple melodies. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, mi, re, fa, mi, so, fa. Right? It starts like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that is when I'm creating work. Then I start looking for lyrics. And I am an unashamed borrower of biblical lyrics. You see, the Bible has a lot of rhymes. So it is very easy. You pick it,
and
you use it. But remember that it is not just those words that you're hearing. There's music behind it.
Right.
I wrote Granjafo. It's Yehovah Nimi Granjafo. It's Psalm 23. But I didn't get up and recite it as a poem. You hear Yehovah Nimi Granjafo pa, right? Mi fa so la so fa mi is my work. That's my work. Okay? Now, and so I start that way. And he's broken it down. When I'm finished, I become the rights holder of the authorship rights. Authorship or writer, right?
Yeah.
This is authorship.
Yeah.
I have authored the song. Now, if I have my own money, I will call my sound engineer, and I use basically two, Oshogo and then the late Koda.
Okay.
I'll call them on the phone and say, I'm sending you a voice note. I want to do this song. Then we start a discussion. How are we going to do it? What rhythm are we going to use? What are we going to do? We go through all that for about a week. Then I say, okay, it's time for you to do the first draft. He sits behind his keyboard and starts programming. He brings it back. Should we shift the verse? No, I don't like the way you play this one. Then I'll go back and sit on my piano and say, I prefer this movement at this stage. Take it back to him. Then he brings, do you understand? We are working and people are asleep. And because I have a full-time job, I do this at night.
At night, yeah.
Ask anybody who produces with me. 2 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm telling you text messages on the music. I listen to, my family will tell you that I listen to music non-stop. When I do a production, when they bring it to me at every stage, I listen to it probably 100 times. It's in my ear the whole day. I go to bed with my earphones in my ear. I sleep with it. Do you understand? And you're sitting down saying what? All right. And so I go through all of this. Then we decide that, all right, we normally will use drums. 90% of my songs, Junior Bludo plays it.
Oh,
so
Bludo.
we will WhatsApp it to him. He sits in the studio. He plays the drums and brings it to me. Then I pay him. Now, Oshobo is not working for free. When I send him, all the boys will tell you. As for Uncle Ace, that's what they call me. First thing I say, send me an invoice. If you don't send me an invoice, don't start work. You send me an invoice, I will pay the deposit before you start work. So Oshobo is doing the fat. It's gone to Junior Bludo. I have paid him. He brings it. We don't like the side. Junior, play this side again. He plays it. Remember, that's been paid for. Then I move to bass. I have a number of bases, Gadiel, Aaron, and everybody. I'll send it to the person based on the genre. They do it. It comes back. Do we want guitars? Who am I going to use? Dominic, Hakeem, whoever. It goes, and I'm paying all of these people. They'll bring it. Horns. If you want to use one, Nijata, not one, but you want to use trumpets, you want the trombone for the depth, you want the saxophone for the nasal quality so that the brass section sounds rich. That's 3 people. You are paying each of them separately. Mm-hmm. And they're all so now most of these guys record at home. They track at home and bring it to you. Then you get to BVs. Now you see, if you're a gospel musician, you may decide to use the guitarist in your church who may not be too good. Mm-hmm. So when you play, he might play for free and nobody will like the song because the guitar is now about 145. If you want the guitarist to give you the recording quality, you're going to have to, who are the top guitarists in town?
Yeah.
And you pay them. Okay? When you get to BVs, you can just call your choir at church to sing. They will give the sound engineers headache. They'll sing out of key, so there'll be a lot of pitch corrections. They'll sing out of time. There'll be a lot of quantization. So if you want it, I have 2 people that I use. Esther Godwill, Charles Pettingill. I get them to sing all 3 parts, female.
Okay.
So they give me soprano, alto, tenor, each of them separately for the falsetto and everything. I put it together. It sounds sweet. If I decide to use my squad in Joyful Way, I use 6 singers. And even though I'm using Joyful Way, I pay them. They come in, each of them will sing the soprano, alto, tenor twice. By the time they are done, I have 36 voices. All of these have been paid for. Then we get to mix down. So we send all the sound back to the engineer. He takes a day or 2 to mix. And people don't know what goes into mixing. You think they just people think that their recording is out because we met in a hall and played and then it was out. Do they know what goes into mix? It is technical to process voice. You might start from the digital place. When you've done all the corrections and quantized it, to get it warmer, you record it back into your analog system and then take it back to the digital system. Then you start track by track equalization. If you have 36 voices, you are going to track each of them and equalize them, see the waves, look at the velocity, whether it matches. So at some point they sang softer, at some point they sang harder. Do you want the dynamics or do you want to level it up? And if they sang off key, there has to be shift. You literally go on the computer, click and shift it. Do people understand what goes into this? Now, when the mix is done, then you come to mastering. This is what this is what you do to give it the boost for recording because the mix is usually flat. Now you're going to work with the frequencies. After mastering, how are you going to produce it? You may decide to go to the online platforms. You pay someone to upload it. You may decide to produce, now nobody produces CDs anymore. But in those days, you'd order CDs from abroad. Then you do your sleeve. You design the sleeve, put the lyrics in and everything. That is when it comes out. And now somebody says that what? This should be for free because the lyrics are gospel.
Yes.
I mean, wait. I have a question. Why do you buy the Bible? That's all. Let's cut to the chase. Why do you buy the Bible? But the Bible is a direct word of God. So it should be free. Why do you buy it? Why is the pastor paid for preaching? It is not the word. It is that if you buy the Bible, you are paying for the ink and the paper and the effort that went into binding it and putting it out. So why do you want to do that for the Bible itself? But look at me and tell me that as for my talent, it should come to you for free. Not that you want to use it for free. You want to record it and make money off it for free. And because my talent is linked with gospel, it should be free. Now let me understand it. Let me let you understand this. When I write, I have the writer's rights. If I have the money, I produce it myself. I become my own executive producer.
Sure.
So then I own the author's rights and I own the master recording rights. That's mine. Let me explain an interesting time. If I write a song and I give it to Joyful Way and they spend their money to produce it, I retain my authorship rights unless I've signed it over to them. I retain the authorship rights. They then have the master recording rights. So if you violate it, the question will be, what have you violated? Did you just violate the melody I wrote? Then it is. But if you pick, like say, the horns lines, the guitar lines,
the
from
original
the master
recording,
you have violated 2 rights. The author's rights and the master recording rights. So you'll be sued by the 2 people. They can sue you separately. But people don't understand the danger in what we are doing.
Okay.
And let me highlight this. Copyright violation is a crime. When the Church of Pentecost summoned somebody to the police station, I said, what? Of course, because you don't know the law. But ignorance of the law is no excuse. If you violate my copyright, you are a criminal. You can actually go to jail. So before you begin to tell me that, it's the word of God, I have a message. Christians might not like me saying this. The founder of our faith, the God we believe in,
Yes.
his son came on earth. Guess what happened? He was ultimately arrested by the law, tried by the law, right? Convicted by the law, sentenced by the law, and executed by the law. Our hope is because he resurrected. So be careful. It is a dangerous thing to fall into the hands of the law, because Jesus himself was killed by the law. And so don't take chances and make noise about the fact that, oh, wait, they're saying, it is an ignorant statement informed by arrogance. I call it ignorance. Now, so when you validate, now let me come back to this, the distinction.
Okay.
Did anybody read about the Taylor Swift issue that happened in the US? Brilliant writer. She's been writing songs, but she thought she wasn't making enough. And she went back and looked at the contract she signed and realized that, of course, the master recording person makes more of the money, depending on what you signed. It's your idea, but it's his money. Without their money, your song would have stuck in the room. And so realized that she couldn't even duplicate the songs. Right? She was the author, but she didn't own the master audio. So she offered to buy the master. So if you bring your song to me and I become the executive producer, if you want to use it, you have to purchase the master
from you.
Or you have to do another version of the song. You can't reproduce the things, the elements of the blended performance that became the music. And so these are two distinct rights. Now, when I have been through all of this, not just my idea, but I've paid all of this money to produce it, you then hear it when it's ready and tell me that you have the right to play it without speaking with me. Right? That does not make sense. I ask you, why do you buy the Bible? Why are pastors paid? After all, they're also speaking the word of God.
Yeah.
By the end of the month, they are paid. But let me tell you about this story about me believing that I had written a song.
Yes.
I was on holiday. And I woke up in the morning and there was a song, in my spirit. For the first time in my life, I actually had melody. I had background. I had lyrics. I was like, what? This is what other gospel musicians have been talking about. Finally, I have this experience. So I went downstairs, sat behind my brother-in-law's keyboard and started playing. And I was like, oh, this is great. I'm going to send it off to my engineer. After about a few minutes, my wife came out and said, why are you disturbing everybody at dawn? I said, you won't believe this. I have a song. She said, what you are playing? Oh, it's so-and-so song. Somebody's song. You see?
Oh,
told me
really?
the title, told me the writer, told me the gospel artist who sang it. Let me tell you something about music. It's almost spiritual. It sits in your subconsciousness, right? Sometimes you don't even know you know the song. So in sleeping, I have to check what I ate before I slept. I slept that day. I believe people have a lot of bad dreams when they eat cocoyam before they sleep, but that's another issue. But based on what I ate, I woke up thinking that God had given me a song. Asuma, I was going to steal somebody's song. I was producing a very popular artist in those days. And she was bringing songs. And then she brought a song. And when she sang, I said, oh, this song is for Joyful Way. She said, no, it's my song. I said, hey, I can tell you the person who wrote it in 1974. You've probably heard it before. And you think it's yours. I beg you. The thing is not yours. You know, I've been involved in resolving a lot of these copyright issues that have come up. As a lawyer, as mediator, and everything. And this thing about receiving the song from the Lord, I agree, some people do. But please don't take it too seriously, okay? Don't take yourself too seriously. One of the guys came to my office. He had recorded a song. I know the song very well. I played on the first recording of the song. Remember, I've been doing this thing since 1979, when I was 11. I've been doing this for a very, very long time. So I've played on so many albums. And I remember I played with the guy who wrote the song. And he says, oh, he woke up one morning and that version of the song was on his spirit. So he believed he was being led by God. So he went and recorded it. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
God spoke to him.
No, please. See, it's on Judgment Day that we'll find out whether God spoke to people. Now, at this stage in my life, the minute he said God said, I say, hey, wait, he can speak to me too. Right? If God is talking to you about me, why? Why are you eavesdropping our conversation? It's right? I'm also God's son. I'm not his man. Do you understand? I'm not. So we have to understand what it takes. It is a lot of work and effort. And so you can't simply say that I've taken it. It's the basic respect. But let me also do a distinction.
Okay.
Every copyright in Ghana now under the law expires after 70 years.
Okay.
So that's why a lot of the hymns are free. So you can take back portions of the Bible. The Bible is as old as we all are, etc.
Please, for clarity, is it 70 years after the death?
No, it used to be, there used to be a thing that's 13 years after the death.
So
now,
what is it now?
There's a creation.
Okay.
I think
after
it's
creation.
I think so. I gotta check. I gotta check that again. But you let's say that there's a 70 year. There's a 70 year period.
Doesn't that apply only to public domain songs?
No, that is when it becomes
public domain after 70.
After 70.
After 70 years. Yes. So we use the terms quite interchangeably in Ghana. I just want to get but let's say there's a 70 year.
Okay.
So if I'm going for a hymn, the hymns are all obviously after that.
Yeah.
Now let me say if I take a hymn and I play it in a certain way, I then get right to the derived. It's called a derivative. What I have turned the music to.
Right.
So you can't take it and say, "Oh, but I said a hymn." So but there may be, "All hail the power of Jesus' name, let angels prostrate fall." That is the original tune. If I play it because of the lapse of time, that's fine. If I play it that way, you can also play it that way. But if I change it to "All hail the power of Jesus' name,"
okay,
you can't use that anymore.
Okay.
Because then I have a right to a derived word.
version of the
A
public domain
derived word.
song.
Good.
So,
Now,
is it because you've interpreted the song
I've interpreted the song in another way.
in another way?
Right?
Yeah,
And
okay.
it's particularly the melody lines. Often that's where actually the words and the melody line. So here I used quote unquote public domain words, but I created a melody. You can use the same words in another song, but you can't use the melody that I put to it.
Oh, okay. So it becomes yours now.
Exactly.
That melody with those words become mine.
Yeah.
Right. So it's very fine. And so let's be careful about how we do some of these things. You to write your own. Or at the very least ask for permission. Let me tell you, you are talking about covers. I am
Uncle Ace, I'll come back to you in a minute. Let me say hi to Diana Hamilton. She has been on for a while now. Let me say hi to her and then come back and then we continue with this discussion. Hello, Diana. Hello, Diana.
Yes, sir. Hello, everyone.
Hello, how you doing?
Oh,
I'm good. Yourself?
We're doing amazing.
We thank God. We thank God. Good afternoon, everyone, or is it good evening? I have been properly schooled by Uncle Ace, and I've enjoyed listening so far. I've been on, like you said, for a while, and it's been amazing. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. We will get to you in a moment to hear your side of this whole conversation. But let me get back to Ace for him to
on the cover music.
the cover and the other aspects, interpolation and the samples, and then we expand the conversation.
A sampling takes the exact work and uses it in another work. Let me give you an example. Sorry, my example of a sample, okay, that rhymes, is from Circular World.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Burna Boy's Last.
Yes.
He don't cast.
Everybody
Last.
go to breakfast. Shy
After that intro, you begin to hear a banjo strumming and okay. He sampled that from Tony Braxton's He's Not Man Enough.
Okay.
He's Not Man Enough for Me. And it's just about 20 seconds of the sample. He did it right. He paid for it. She has even featured with him on stage with it. So that's sampling. You take a portion of the song and you put it
That is
into your-
original recording.
the actual
direct.
recording.
Okay.
The actual recording. Right? And technology, I can take it out. I can strip it. I can
Yeah.
take the voice out. The technology is beautiful. Not unlike when I started recording, where if you make a mistake, you have to go and start from the beginning. All right? Now technology is beautiful. Cover is that you take the song and interpret it. You do it your own way. So you play the two songs. When I wrote Wahine Turi Inchada, it was a 3-4-6-8 song.
Yeah.
That soft agbaja 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay. The version with that was produced was a great high life piece. In fact, I like it.
Yeah.
So they interpreted it from the 3-4 into a 4-4.
Yeah.
Not into 4-4 high life. Got a slow high life. They call it Iska 4 high life. right? Yeah, with a bit of the Dagomba feel. And, you know, that's great. I loved it. But they didn't ask me. Why? If they had asked me, I would have said, great. If you like, I'll come and play some. I'll carry my guitar to the studio and play.
Is
with
it
you.
because they did not know that?
How can you not know? You didn't write the song. The song didn't just drop from heaven. Did you write it?
Maybe
You
they
don't
thought
know.
it was a public domain song.
How about public domain? You must first go to copyright.
Exactly.
Check if it's public domain.
Oh, okay.
You don't
Yeah.
decide that it's public
So you
domain.
need to go and
Yes.
ask.
Go and check.
But how can you
Ask them.
decide?
No, we are
By
learning.
yourself.
Yes.
We are learning
Yeah.
There's a
today.
problem. When I first said it, somebody said it was a Presbyterian song. I was in Legon Hall and they say room 306 when I wrote that song. Said public. After I checked, hey, Anna, maybe. How? Right? I know the portions of scripture I used to write the song. So being a lawyer, I fired a letter. And
Wow.
when I fired the letter, the manager came up. The last time I was here, he was on TV and he thanked me for that.
Hey,
You-
Kwesi
no,
Ernest.
you called him
Yes.
on the
Yeah,
on the
Kwesi
net.
Ernest, yeah.
He thanked me. When they started, I said, I don't want a peso from you. I just want it to be acknowledged that this is my song. That's all I want.
Okay.
So we signed an agreement, and that was the end of the story. I didn't take a dime. I didn't take a peso.
Oh.
I didn't. It's simple. It's so simple. You won't believe it. It's even cheap. For even those who charge, it is cheap. And so why don't you just do the proper thing? Ask first. Let me give you another example. The same Wahini is possibly the most interpreted song in Africa.
Okay. What does it mean?
Good. Now, I don't think that there's been an evangelist who has a wider reach in Africa than Dadzie Mills. I think he's been to virtually every African country. And if you follow him, he has a set. Everything's prepared. The same set. So when he finishes preaching, then he has a singer. The singer goes ahead of him to the country and teaches the people the songs he wants in their language. So my song has been rewritten into Kiswahili, something Zulu,
Okay.
everywhere he goes. And so if you go to his YouTube wall and you check his crusades, it's very easy. Whenever he finishes preaching and his singer comes up, they start first with daughters Ohine, Yepejawo, in whichever language it is there. I've heard my song. So the next song is Wuyo Nyame, in so many languages. Right?
Okay.
Now, how do I feel when I see that? I'm proud. I am blessed. I think that, oh wow, Mr. Mayebi, and somebody's using it.
Yeah.
I will never think of going to ask Dag and Lighthouse to pay me money for that. So I am happy. I am that proud not in that fact that I have pride, but I'm happy that something I did is being used to bless people. However, if they were recording it and cutting CDs and selling it, then I would have a problem. Then as a medium, I don't know what to do with it. You can perform it.
But if it becomes commercial,
If you commercialize it, once you monetize it, then I'm sorry. We got to have a conversation.
okay.
Because that is
Okay.
my work. If I wanted to monetize it, I would have. So we could agree, okay, I'm monetizing it. I want to take 20%. You don't go and record it first and tell me that I should go to the platforms for my money. Who are you? I can stop because there's something called moral rights. I can decide that your song violates my moral rights, so I won't authorize it. What
At
I-
all.
Okay? Now, so yeah, we gotta, I'm talking a lot, but I think we have to learn the rules. Let's not assume that, oh, it is gospel, so it is Ibianidia. Dana has played a lot of songs, right? It done it her own interpretation. You can't take the song and do it her own that interpretation and say that, oh, it is a church or Pentecost song. But let's show respect for the churches. Let's show respect for the old people who have been writing these songs. And all we want is respect. I'll tell you what. I contacted Hillsong. They have a song that I want to produce my own way.
Wow.
You know what I did? I went on the net. I found the address, Australia. I wrote to them. They came back and said, yes. I don't want to say how much they are charging me for producing the song, but it's less than $100.
Less than $100.
Yes. And what they are charging per production is less than 10 cents per song production. So if I say I'm going to, and this is not the first time I've done it. On one of my albums, I used In Christ Alone, My Hope Is Done. I got the rights to produce in Africa. They charged me, I think, $200 for the first 1,000 copies. So I got 20 cents. So these things are easy in the US. And I'll recommend this for Ghana gospel musicians. It's just that, well, you don't want to hear my views about Ghana gospel musicians. That's another issue. In the US, they have what they call the CCLI, Contemporary Christian Licensing something. When you produce the song, and right in the US, there are laws on all of these things. You decide that I want to put it on CCLI. They have a platform. You take it there. They will ask for your sheet music, the staff notation. They might even ask for your stems, because people might want to use your stems.
Yeah.
They might want to play the way you played. So they'll download your stems and pay you. And when they pay, you get your portion, and CCLI keeps its portion for administration. So if I want to record a song for a US song, I go to CCLI. Has the person submitted CCLI? It is there. I don't deal with the writer. I don't deal with the master recorder. I deal with CCLI. They charge me. I pay them. They distribute to them. It is easy. Maybe we need that in
something
Ghana.
like that in Ghana.
But Mr. Gospel for me, no one had much share.
Oh.
And where see me, where the music I've seen it so many times. Even when they have signed a contract, they will say you bullied them into signing the contract. So people have asked, Ace, but why don't you do this for us? I said, me, yeah, da. But it will even all of this out, because we all agree. I wrote the songs to bless the church. So if the church sings it, I'm happy. One bad example, I talk too much. I'm visiting my mother-in-law. There's a church nearby. They are disturbing on a Saturday night with a rehearsal. They are playing my song and they are playing it wrong.
Oh.
They're burning it.
So I went there. I went there and said, hello. Okay. Apart from the fact that you are making noise, the chord progressions are wrong. Keyboardist, get up. So I sat behind the keyboard. I said, let's go. You even have the key wrong. That's why you are struggling. The sopranos are struggling. They're singing too high. Let's drop the key to this. It's E flat. Let's go. Now this. I taught them the song. I said, but can you play it softer? Because Abuano has to sing. Okay. No, easy. I'm easy like that.
Oh yeah.
So let's just do the right thing. I'm not seeking to make millions from you. I mean, seriously, I don't need your money, but I just need the respect. That's all.
Okay.
So don't tell me that your gospel in tea, it's free for all. Or after all, you are singing it in your churches for free. You are using it in concerts for free, and nobody's charging you. But when you do the monetization, and in this day and age, the monetization, and let me tell you what, it's even dangerous to do it. A lot of my sound, Joyful Way has already documented it with the platforms. So if you record it, the platforms themselves will strike it.
They will strike it, yeah.
And let me tell you what, if they strike it, you, the one who puts it on, you are blacklisted forever. I can disclose that I do legal work for a lot of these platforms in Ghana. And there's an increase suing. Somebody gives the song to them. Gamro, you have been part of it. Somebody gives the song to them, and they check with Gamro. They say, oh, yes, it's right. Then the owner will get up and say, no, it is not right. And they sue them. And these people don't want wahala. So they'll settle. But once they settle, whoever brought it on, you are blacklisted forever. So when you're going to do these things, watch it. If the rights owner is able to assert that the music is for her or for him, and they settle, they blacklist you. Your music will never get on the platforms. And you think that they are all together. I work for all of them at the same time. And I think we have a second case. The first one we settled, Gamro. The other one that we're doing, we settled. There's a new one.
Hey.
Where a very popular musician had actually signed a contract, signed away economic rights to 3 albums to the executive producer. And then he has now gone to put it on the platform. So the executive producer has sued everybody. So this is a typical Taylor Swift situation.
Yeah.
Right? We need to understand the terrain. Don't take anything for granted. You see, often the musicians are broke. You know, the guy comes, gives him some money. And then I remember when Defe happened. And they said they were going to, they went to the original. Hey, Kwame Mickey, he was smart. He has all the agreements in place. Right? That's what we started. But you see, we started with Kwame. He was easy about it. He was calm about it. We resolved it quietly. The music has gone out there. And I had hoped at the time that we had learned our lessons. Clearly we have not. Guys, we are there for you. Don't take any chances, and don't tell me that it's the Spirit of God who told you to do it. The Spirit of God will lead you into crime. It is
Alright.
criminal to record the music without rights. Don't tell me that the Spirit of God came and became a criminal with you and said, go and commit crime. It's like saying the Spirit of God said, go and kill somebody.
On that spiritual note, let me tap into the spirit of Diana Hamilton now. I'll come after that. I'll come back to Queen Darling. Hello, Diana.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes, Kwame.
Ace has spoken a lot about the legal aspect of the music work that you do. Let me
Right.
ask: have you taken someone else's song before? Have you done sampling, interpolation, or covers before?
I
We all do it.
a good afternoon, a good evening to everyone. Thank you for having me. Every time I remember, quite recently, I did a Pentecostal praise with Shebwete and the Sofu Shebwete, and there was a song by Francis Ajay that I sang with him on, but it wasn't my song. I was a BV for him. But before I felt like it, I picked a phone and I called him and I said to him, Bridget, I'm doing a medley of songs, but I want to start with yours. Is that okay? And he said, yeah, by all means, go ahead and do that. I went ahead, I did that. When I did Nsencheni Nyankopon, and after I had recorded it in a studio, bear in mind Nsencheni Nyankopon, Enti Awurade ma nsɛnkyerɛnne ni sampaya mebɔyɛ kyo. Ma wɔn say it's a Pentecost song. That's a Pentecost song. But it
Diana,
didn't
what you
say
did, what you did with the song, amazing. Amazing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. But when I was performing, after I'd done in the studio, after I sought permission, recorded the song in the studio, and I went in, the song had already come out, and then we're going to perform it live at Experience. On stage, I felt led, and if I felt in my spirit to lift it in the room. And so I lifted a song by a Nigerian, oh, I can't believe I've forgotten her name, but Miracle Worker. Is it Monique? No, no. You are the miracle worker. Come and do a miracle today. Your name is Yahweh, your name. So I did that on stage. And then we had to bring the song out live, Nsencheni Yankopon live. And I felt like I need to add that. Uncle Charles, can we call her and get her permission before we bring it out? So Uncle Charles called her and she said no. I said, fine. So we cut that out, cut that whole section out, and joined the song and brought it out as I had done it on stage without her bit. Because I don't want trouble.
Wow.
I don't want trouble. When you go on YouTube right now, I have a song, These Are the Days of Elijah, declaring old song. Somebody's done it. We didn't know. I did it on stage, not because I wanted to reproduce, I wanted to put it out and monetize. But I felt on a night of experience, that song fit in beautifully on the night. And I didn't have the chance to go ask her before putting it in my set. But my point was, if they allow me to do it, great. If they don't, I just sang it on the night, I walk away. But after we had done it, I said to Uncle Charles, please call them. Please follow it up and let's make sure that I'm allowed to put it out. And so we did. There's another song, I Know What Prayer Can Do by Jesse Dixon. Jesse Dixon, yes. I found the answer in prayer. I tell it everywhere. I know I did the song. I started singing the song when I was in nursing school. I'll lead the choir with it. I loved it. And at Perez, on one of Experience Night, I lifted it. That song is still sitting in my room because I haven't had the chance. I've not been able to get in touch with who I need the rights from to be able to put it out. But we had a contract with TV3 that when we finish the night, we give them the whole night. So TV3 puts it out there, they don't monetize it. It's not under my name. But if I want to put that song out as a Diana Hamilton song, whether it's a cover or anything, I seek permission. I've been turned down, I've been allowed. I have both experiences, but I will always make sure that I have sought permission before I do that. I'll give you
Wow.
another one. I recorded Work in Progress. Uncle Ace, you were saying something. I can't
Background
hear
that
you.
people do not know, right? And you
Yes.
just get up and think that, oh, you see how careful she is? Thank you.
So there's a song, Work in Progress. I wrote the song. That was the first time I was. If you know, there's a shift of Diana Hamilton
Yeah.
from Insiwiye or Strobe Kasa. Then we entered the Work in Progress Moni Yowa same era. When I was recording that song, I worked with a gentleman. I did the song. I sat home. I went. But unlike Uncle Ace, I don't play. But Kewa will tell you that every song I've brought to him, I have sung the song in my head. I don't just get lyrics. I vocally will sing a song and send to the producer, and then they produce it and bring it to me. So I did that, but I went into a studio with another gentleman to go work on the song. We started working. We started working on the song, and then we got to a point. The charges that were coming in as the demands, I realized I couldn't afford that. So we said, okay, we can't afford that. And he said to me, now
Dana,
during
before
that
you go on,
time,
what charges are you talking about? What charges?
okay, so whilst I started asking how much is it money, you know how Uncle Ace says we will send something to somebody and they'll pay. Yeah, a producer is producing it. This one is playing the bass. This one is doing that. This is
Okay. Charges from those who own the rights?
no. This was a song I
Your
wrote.
personal song.
This is work in
So
progress.
production
I
charges?
wrote the song.
Okay.
So, okay, let me finish this and it will make sense.
Okay, we're listening.
So when we were in the studio, we were working back and forth. Now, before we started speaking money, unlike Uncle Ace, who would say, how much are you charging me? This guy was going to produce the song for me. And it was a different turn in that time for me. And it got to a point, he said, we realized, okay, the demands that were coming in, and finance, laws, bringing certain things in, and realize, okay, we need to walk away. But bear in mind, at the time when we're creating the song, even though I had brought Oshe Nisonya, Misha Komem, and everything, he brought a line in. Obeyame, Kuroko, Obeyame, Kakuraka. There was a progression he made. And he said to me, when we decided to move the song away from him, and he said to me, you know, that line is my line. And if you put it in, I'm a co-writer to that song. Because I am afraid of problem, I decided I'm going to go to Kewa. But if I'm going to go to Kewa, I'm not going to send him a demo. So I picked my phone and I sang the song as I had initially written the song on WhatsApp and sent it to Kewa. One, I didn't want to influence Kewa in any way, so that this other guy would say, I started with you. You didn't stay with me and you went somewhere else and you went to produce that song.
Oh, God.
So I took my phone. I sang the song as I had originally gotten it. And I sent it to Kiwa. I will never bring the other song out. But if we put those songs together, night and day. And so Work in Progress came and you didn't hear anything about it because I don't impair me wasem. And if you will not allow it on your end, I took what I had already written to another place and we worked with it.
Wow.
So I don't know if that answers your question.
It
but we
answers.
been
That
through it
that
all.
was a smart move. Maybe you can send the old song to me. Let me listen. Let me listen on my phone.
And okay, let me tell you something. It was a beautiful production. And I remember on that album we had Yehoah Beshe, we had other songs. But I knew Work in Progress was a turning point for me. To a point my family was like, yeah, my team, DH, you know what, forget it. We have other songs. But I knew it. I knew Work in Progress was my song. And so that's when we spoke to Kiwa. We didn't even tell him that we had done. I said, this is my song. This is all I have. Work with it. And we're here.
Wow,
And so this is my story.
This is a beautiful account. Dana Hamilton there. Still here on Joy 99.7 FM, Showbiz A to Z. Today we're talking about gospel music and the law. We're talking about using gospel music, whether the person using the music has to seek permission, has to pay something, because people think that this is it's the word of God. It is evangelism. Why do you even charge? Why do you even take someone to court for reproducing your work without permission? Uncle Ken has a question for
one
Dinah.
question for Dinah.
Okay, Uncle Ken.
Good evening, Dinah. Nice seeing you again.
Nice seeing you again, Uncle Ken.
Yes. In your narration, you mentioned that you had a song, your song that we all like, essentially. Yes.
Nyankopon. Yes, sir.
Nyankopon, that when you did a live version of it, you actually started with the Nigerian.
No, I didn't start with her. Okay,
Let
please
me
go on.
get-
Ask your question.
Yeah, let me get my question right. You performed the Nigerian person's song on stage, and you had wanted to include it in a recording, but she said, or he or she said no.
Yes.
Now, my question is, before the live performance, did you need to seek permission?
Okay. So, no, the live performance on the night, like Uncle A said, it's okay. You're singing it to a church. No problem.
Oh, okay, so that's
But
okay.
after,
Ace,
that's okay.
Technically,
It does not infringe performing rights.
technically it would, but I think there's an understanding
Yeah.
among gospel musicians. I mean,
Especially
you
now.
play a gospel song, they say nobody else should play it. Why I don't want who can play it. And the churches might sing it under inspiration in worship. It can come in. If we're being finicky, we would fight all of that. But really, I have not seen a gospel musician say that I have produced a song and nobody else should sing it.
Like
But brother, it's the money that's the issue.
No, I just wanted that. I just wanted that bit clarified.
I say that the money, the money is like the women who sang. Let me tell this story. I don't think that King Saul really minded when David killed Goliath. After all, he even gave him his daughter to marry. It is when the women sang and said, David has killed, Saul has killed 1,000, David has killed 10,000. It's like the money. When the money comes in, yeah, the hype. When people started doing the vim and the vamp and the hype, then the jealousy came in.
Yeah.
I beg you, when it gets to money, it can't work through. And Bible also says that.
You're
So
right.
but sometimes, like I said, it's the moral right. The person can simply decide, I don't want you to. Okay, what people don't read, I talk too much. I was Rex Omar's lawyer in the leading copyright case in Ghana.
Okay.
Oh, dee da da dee dee dee.
Yeah.
I did that case
Oh.
for Rex Omar. Rex has been my brother for years, right? So he has a song, Ajara, and he has a song, dee da da dee dee dee, dee da da dee dee da da dee da. All right. Now, the other people took it and simply flipped the words. So dee da da dee dee dee, it become da dee da something, right? And so we went to court, and we actually produced the staff notation of the two songs. The judge cannot read music, but the judge can see the art. So we went through. You see, the first note is on the third line. It's on the third line. The second note is in the second place. Is the second. The treble, alto, the clef. We did it and presented it to court. Then we also played the two songs to the judge. And so the judge said, "Come on, you've just changed the lyrics. No way.
But the melody is the same.
The melody is the same. In fact, the lyrics are the same. You just flipped it. Where there's D, you said da.
Da.
Where there's da, you said D. That doesn't make it your song, right? They were not happy with the first stage. They went on appeal. And on appeal, the Court of Appeal laid, it was our submissions, but what is the objective test? Say, will somebody listening to this song relate it to the other song? Will the objective person, when he hears the song, relate it to the other song?
Okay.
We need to be very careful. Listen, this is Ghana. Over 60% of high life songs have the same progression.
Yeah.
What we call the Yamposa progression, right? Because it's simply the run down the scale. Do, re, mi, fa. And when they get to fa, they might stay there a bit, go to re, or come back to fa, and land on the so and transition through the dominant back to do. We all play it. So Yamposa, but we changed it for your song. In the church and outside the church.
Yeah.
We use the same progression. We have what we call Dakomba. Dakomba is do, so, they use it is all the same progression. Nobody owns it. So you can play it. But if you are playing it, you can't sing. So if you use that scale, the judge say, wait, when I listen to them, do they sound the same? But it's the same progression. Do, re, mi, fa, re, so, do. So you can do mi, do, fa, re, si, ti, da. Yeah, there's so much we can do with the same progression. Why are you going to take somebody's own? note, if there's enough objective similarity between the two songs, you'll be held to have violated it. Now let's play back into the one that happened in the US not too long ago between, I think, Marvin Gaye's, was it Marvin Gaye's
And then Ed Sheeran. Is
what was it
it
again?
Ed Sheeran and Marvin
Ed
Gaye's
Sheeran,
instead?
right?
Yeah.
The court felt that no, and that one they were stretching it. The do mi fa so we have all played it.
Yeah.
Why? It is stuck on you. It is. Do you understand? And listen, because I do this, sometimes I laugh. If you listen, you've heard Lionel Richie's Hello, right? The progression, it is the same progression in El Shaddai. God, I wonder where you are on the 2, and I wonder what you do. They go to the so, then they go to the 7, the to, and then the mi major, then la ti do, then they play the major on the tempo. That's what we are using it in secular, we are using it in church, we are using it everywhere. Nobody's going to quibble with chord progressions, but when you take it
Exactly,
in detail,
exact melody.
you sample the guitar lines, you do the same thing as the guitar lines, the exact drum pattern, and throw it together. The court will say, is there sufficient objective similarity between the two? You have violated the copyright.
Okay.
So Rex Omar walked off. It wasn't, to me, we didn't make enough money though, but it was
All right.
230,000 CDs.
All right.
He could have made way more. And let me tell you what. If the radio stations were doing the logging that you're supposed to do when you log adverts and songs, if they were doing it and I had the means at the time, I would have gone to all the radio stations in Ghana and found out how many times they played that advert. And then I would subpoena the company's profits from that drink and say that there's a certain percentage that belongs to me.
Wow.
Right? So let's stop, but we didn't have that information. So let's stop fooling around. This thing is serious.
Thank you.
It can bankrupt your business. So let's stop kidding with it.
All right. Thank you. Is 0551111 and 997 a WhatsApp number you can send in your thoughts now. Do you think law has a place in religion in terms of using Christian works? Some people think that they still think that no, if the person has used the gospel song, the person is helping you to reach a wider audience. They're helping evangelize. But we're also learning from the legal side. This is a question of law. Just go by the law. Let me get to Quindalini Yegley, gospel musician, and then ask the same question I asked Diana. Have you used any one song in the past? Have you reproduced someone else's song?
Good evening to everyone listening, and thank you for having me. I have. The good thing about it is, thankfully, I have an international background.
Oh.
And so when I started to do music and the people I served as a backing vocalist, these conversations happened, and I heard these conversations happen while I was growing up. I mean, I was a frontliner for Hillsong London.
Great.
So these were things, because you would get curious and wonder, why do we only do Hillsong songs in church? And then certain things will be explained to you why other people's songs cannot, even with performances. I mean, Ghana, we've not gotten there yet where you are charged for performing people's songs. But in the UK, you just can't wake up and say you were led to have the song on your playlist. For a church as big as Hillsong, you will take. So I remember when I had my first cover, we wanted to do a few, how we do covers, worships, and all of that. And we wanted to do a few sets for worship. And this was far back as 2021.
Okay.
I think even before I released my first single. And what we did, I had William McDowell, one of his songs on the list. We had Israel Houghton's song on the list. My management wrote to all these people saying, okay, so there's a cover. At the time, my YouTube was nothing to write home about, so I wasn't even monetized at the time. So we wrote all that. We're not going to monetize. We just want to, create awareness. She's a new artist. She's about to drop her single, but we want to put out worship covers. A few people said yes. William McDowell's team said no.
Okay.
They said no, and they gave their reasons why they said no. I think 2 people we reached out to said no, and that was fine. I didn't take it personal because, like I said, these are things I believe people should know. When it comes to us in the gospel and the question of this is gospel, should people sue people and all of that, I think it starts with the word respect. As a creative, like Uncle Ace was saying, you should be knowledgeable and aware of how much goes into production of music, how much artists put into production of their music, and why that music is even popular enough for you to know it and want to jump on it because you feel this is a song people love, so now you want to jump on it. There's so much sacrifice that has been made to pushing that music, creating the music and pushing it to the limelight. That's why you are willing to jump on the music. Now, if you're not respectful enough to say, okay, this is the owner of the music, or say you're ignorant, have your management search for the owner of the song. Is it public domain? Is it not public domain? Who wrote the song? Where is the song coming from? And reach out to these people and say, I want to do your song. Is it okay to do it? That's where the problem is, the respect of it. And like Uncle Ace was saying, some people would even go as far as monetizing it.
Okay.
Because your platforms are monetized already.
Yeah.
So now you don't seek permission. Now you are making money. But then when the person writes to you, you jump on the emotional side and you say, oh, but it's gospel. Yes, it's gospel. So why have you monetized it? So I think we need to have these conversations over and over and over again. The message is gospel. Yes, we're preaching about Christ and that's the message. We have our Bibles, that's the message. But once you come to a space where your music becomes public domain, once the customizing of the music comes out, the commercializing of the music comes out, there are certain conversations that must be made, and the law governs it whether you like it or not.
Wow. 055-1111-997. Ace, there is a message here from former Deputy Minister of Tourism, Culture and Creative Art, Mark Okrekumante. He says hi to you.
Hi, Mark.
All right. We also have music producer Kewa. Yeah, Kewa is on, okay? Is he on phone, on Zoom? On Zoom, okay. Good afternoon, Kewa. Hello, Kewa. All right, so Kewa is a music producer and a pastor, and so he's going to share his opinion from the two angles. Is he on now? Hello, Kewa?
Yes, I'm on.
Okay. How are you doing?
I'm pretty well, bros. How are you too?
We're doing amazing here as well. We've been talking about gospel music and the law.
Yes, sir.
What do you make of this whole conversation regarding the perception that because God says, oh, I gave it to you for free, so give it for free, they interpret it to mean that once they are taking your gospel song to reproduce into a different song to call their own, they don't need permission or even to pay anything to you. What do you make of this conversation?
Well, well, thank you very much for this opportunity. That in regard is talking about strictly intellectual property, and nobody on earth can touch anybody's intellectual property without their knowledge. As a matter of fact, it is very criminal. And so I don't care whether it's coming from a gospel space, a secular space, whatever it is highly criminal to take somebody's property, using it, monetizing it without the knowledge of the person. You're simply saying that the person does not understand the space, so you can just do whatever you want to do. And it's highly criminal, so I wouldn't buy into it in any way.
Okay, as a music producer, have you in any way come across a situation where maybe someone, a musician, comes to your studio, maybe the person is ignorant, the person comes to you with a song that you know has an original composer, and maybe you advise the person to go seek permission. Have you come across such a situation before?
Yeah, not once, not twice. But usually when I see stuff like that, I immediately refer to the owners of the song if I may have to, or otherwise I tell whoever is trying to use the property or for want of a better word, the song, to seek for proper clearance. It's important. I mean, it goes a long way into putting even the music producer in question, at risk. So I always say that when I need to, because I mean, when it comes to music production, I really am in the production from beginning to so I check your lyrics. I'm with you with your lyrics, and then make some suggestions here and there. So when I find out that you don't, fully own the song and you are possibly doing a cover, which is not wrong to do a cover, you need to see clearance. So I always advise my people, and I've seen that most of the time in my studio. Yes, sir.
Okay, so when I spoke to Dinah and Quindalin, I asked them a question about whether they had used someone else's song in the past. Now, let me ask you as a producer, the entire song, the composition, you play a part in it. And so the beats that you play in there is part of the composition. Have you in any way reproduced someone else's beats? And how did you go about it in terms of seeking permission?
Well, I may, looking at almost all my productions, I am of the view of, I come from a place where I want to be very creative. Not to say that choosing somebody's riff or anything in their song is bad, but most of the time, I want to do something that, for want of a better word, something that will be emulated. People will listen to it and say that I like the way he did this, and I want to, for want of a better word. But if there's a chance or there's a situation where I would have to use anybody's, maybe anything, we may have to seek permission for that.
All right. Still here on Joe 99.7 FM. We have a lot to talk about on the show here regarding this whole gospel music and copyright issue, yeah? But let's take a quick break. When we come back, we get deeper into the other aspects of the conversation. This is Showbiz A to Z. My name is Kwame Dadzie. We are back after this.
Hello, my fellow Ghanaians. Presenting to you the authentic firefighter, San Cablo Cables. These days, we hear less of fire outbreaks because San Cablo Cables, they guard for every Ghanaian. From the building contractor to the electrical engineer, San Cablo electrical cables are their best choice. Proudly made in Ghana, San Cablo deals in electrical cables, PVC pipes, sockets, and switches of all kinds with 99.99 pure copper. My fellow Ghanaians, if light won't travel, now San Cablo be the motto. San Cablo cables are carefully built in different shades of colors to suit the needs of Ghanaians and our weather condition. Always remember to use San Cablo quality electrical cables and accessories for your wiring. For bulk purchase of your PVC pipes, socket, switches, electrical cables, please contact 0530 774 774. San Cablo from Side Go House. Now we be the plug. Approved by the Ghana Standard Authorities.
Feel the excitement. Enjoy the conversation. Come with us on this exciting journey of growth and personal development. We challenge you to break the status quo, step out and do big things. Catch host Reverend Albert Okran as he vibes with CEOs, experts, and change makers. Right here on Springboard, your virtual university. Now showing every Sunday at 9 p.m. on Joy News TV, 7 p.m. on Joy 99.7 FM, and streaming online on Facebook and YouTube. You can't miss it. Partners, MTN Ghana, Enterprise Group, and the Ghana Grows Program. A collaboration between MasterCard Foundation and Springboard Roadshow Foundation. Media partners, Joy FM, Joy News TV, and Graphic. Springboard. Your personal value will shoot up.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Shout! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information.
MTN.
Every day, the grind goes on. We chase the money. We chase the jobs. But sometimes, everything can wait.
Ghana have
on it. Ghana heading to the 5th World Cup.
And in that moment, nothing else matters. Everything can wait. FIFA World Cup time has so, and all 104 games are live on SuperSport on GoTV from 11th June to 19th July. Reconnect today from as little as 98 Ghana cedis per GoTV. Love it.
Morning time, the pot is ready. Mama cook it nice and steady. Call your people, call your crew. Oba spaghetti made for you. Come chop. Everybody chop. Oba on my table.
This advert is FDA approved.
Still Joy 99.7 FM, Showbiz A to Z. My name is Kwame Dadzie. And the show is brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go. Are you a business owner looking for a smarter way to keep an eye on your shop, your restaurant, office, or warehouse anytime, anywhere? Well, MTN Business Eye is here for you. Keep your business secure anytime, anywhere with MTN Business Eye, the smart surveillance solution that gives you total visibility and control. It's powered by Wi-Fi, SIM connectivity, cloud storage, and solar energy, so your security never sleeps, even when the lights go out. So enjoy 24/7 monitoring and real-time alerts, two-way audio, and reliable backup, all affordable rates. Just dial *5060# today and keep your business in sight always with MTN Business Eye. MTN everywhere you go. On 30th May next week, Hits FM is bringing to you the Repio Jersey. It's happening at the Aviation Social Center. Activities include sports quiz, soccer tournament, the Champions League anthem, competition, and many more. Hit FM Repio Jersey 2026 is powered by Joy Sports with support from Joy Prime, Joy News, Joy FM, myjoyonline.com. Now, at the World Cup this June, there are those who will be going to watch and there are those who will be living the experience. Pay attention if you want to live the World Cup experience. With over a decade as an official FIFA sales agent, Match Experience Hospitality knows exactly how to turn a match into a lifetime memory and is giving you a front row access to football's biggest stage in absolute style. Think VIP stadium seating, exclusive lounges, gourmet dining and priority access. No stress, no hassle, just pure football luxury. This isn't just a ticket, it's a World Cup experience. It only comes once every 4 years, so why experience it like just another game? Upgrade your World Cup experience. Just call 055-155-1119. Visit matchexphospitality.com or walk into any Absa Bank branch. For more information on payments, Match Experience Hospitality. Don't just watch the game, live it. 2026 World Cup Experience is brought to you by Match Experience Hospitality with Absa Bank as the official banking partner and Glyco as the official travel insurance partner. Tomorrow is Sunday. You know what we do at 1:30 here on Joy 99.7 FM. We bring you Pentecost Hour. Sponsored by the Church of Pentecost, where the chairman, Apostle Eric Nyamiche. Make sure you tune in. Today we're talking about whether gospel music should be copyright free. And I hope you're learning a lot already. Isaac Amoyal says he usually doesn't listen to radio like that, but today he's stuck on Joy. Thank you very much for listening to us, and thank you, Mark Okrekumante, former Deputy Minister of Tourism, Art and Culture. All right, so let's continue. Let me remind you that we have Dana Hamilton here. She's on Zoom, yeah. Dana is on Zoom. We have Kewa on Zoom. Jackson Brefo is CEO of Gamro. He's here as well. We have Quindalin Yugley, gospel musician. We have Ace Kujuana Nankuma, who is a lawyer and a musician. And then we have Ace Broadcaster, Uncle Ken Addy. Uncle Ken, you've listened to Ace, listened to Jackson, listened to Dinah, listened to Kewa, listened to Quindalin.
Very good
education
this afternoon. from people who know what they're talking about. You know, but in Ace's submission,
Yes.
he took us through the process of actually getting a recording together. He took us through that process.
Yes.
And that took me back to years ago.
When you were a guitarist.
No. Years ago, when we were buying music produced by musicians and record companies.
Okay.
And so the structure was there.
All right.
You buy an LP back in the day, the inner sleeve has the liner notes of whoever took part in that recording. It gave you names. I mean, and the process he took us through this evening is what used to happen back then. Because it goes through different professionals. But my question is, in this digital age, is he telling me that all musicians go through that process today?
Yeah, actually,
They don't.
Yeah, but this is the digital age. Then makes it even easier to catch culprits.
Well, but
yes,
but the musicians do not go through that process.
Yeah,
because everybody can sit in their home
and play
by themselves and come out and we all know musicians who can produce a song in a day and put it out in this country.
Oh yeah, a lot of
them.
Yeah, I know.
So they don't go through the process Ace took us through.
But sometimes, like, basically, what happens is that they have a lot of pre-production sitting down. I think that's what we
pre-productions that you mean went through that process.
Yeah, they would have done it quite. They never release it. You know, this is what they call. They have a beat, then they will do it and put it down. So one day he just puts the vocals
on it.
That's any mix.
Yeah.
Yes, we have companies who make beats.
Oh,
and
yes,
sell beats.
they sell beats.
And that's the music, the melody.
Today.
Yeah. So they do voice and just do a balancing on their mixers, and because the beat, quote unquote beat, comes to you pre-mixed, right? So once you sing, you do the reverbs and everything. You like the sound of it.
My problem is, you go and buy a beat, like you're saying, from a company. That company might have sampled somebody else's.
Then you're in trouble. Oh, Ken, it happens, but I've had to resolve some. So somebody took a guitar line. Somebody went and recorded the song in South Africa, got a guitar line, and then he called somebody to play in the studio. That somebody then played somebody's one from South Africa. Before I realized I had been called.
You've been called.
And I had to go and resolve the issue.
Right?
Yes. These boys they protect their stuff.
So this could be out of ignorance.
Kwame.
Maybe the artist doesn't know. You invited somebody to come and play the bass line in the studio, and let's be honest, we all quote and unquote borrow because we learn from other people. And so when I sit down with my songs, I can tell people we be but I can't show.
But Kwame, Ace being a lawyer knows that if they catch legal people tell us ignorance is no excuse.
So it's been violated on the thing, but you are the one monetizing it. So they'll come after you. So you call your guitarist and say, "Oh, Charlie, line in what?" You gotta go settle.
You see, Kwame, my issue is if you don't know, ask.
Okay.
But the people don't ask because people have gotten away with it in the past, still get away with it. And so we think that everybody can utilize someone else's intellectual property for free.
Or maybe they don't know that they don't know.
And it's still not allowed.
But if you do that, but sometimes it's the arrogance that comes up when it's pointed out to them.
Yes.
Especially from these gospel musicians.
This has meant them.
And then the gospel for you.
Sorry.
So I think
arrogance.
Yes. It's very good education we've had this afternoon.
That's one of them. We met them. They said, you think we've made money, so you're going to come after our money. Hey. So I issued the cease and desist letter.
Hey.
Then pastors start calling. That's how we don't resolve these issues well. Then we'll go and see a pastor. Then the pastor will go and say, then we'll go and see your pastor, and then they'll call you. And there's one, we call them to a meeting. Come and see the ahumaswo that they came with. So I listened to them. Then they even walked out of the meeting. Then fired the cease and desist letter. Another one recently, you've gone to record a song. You say that the Holy Spirit revealed to you in the morning. He had actually gone on YouTube to say he wrote the song. Then we fired him, cease and desist. One and from his bag. Oh, Master, only 10,000 kroniska. That's like one.
But you see, Kwame, back then there were record companies who took care of all this.
Thank you very much. Yes, you're right.
They took care of all this business, so there wasn't too many squabbles.
Yeah, the record companies kind of folded up.
Yes.
With time.
With time.
But now if you're doing foreign recordings, as I've said, I'm into these partnership arrangements with a particular 2 record companies in the US. They cover all of that. Ken, I'm producing what we call work for hire agreements.
Okay.
Every bassist who played on the tracks,
yes.
guitarists, keyboards, drums, horns, they have to sign an agreement with me.
Yeah.
That I contracted them and that they paid.
Yes.
And they have no further claims.
Thank you.
To the finished product.
So they will not take any royalties from.
No.
Oh, they are paid off.
Paid for their work.
But because of that, of late, Ghanaian, some of the musicians are beginning to ask for it. The law in Ghana is slightly different. The law actually says that if copyright, so you are sitting here, you are doing this work. Joy FM owns the copyright to this production, although you are here doing it, right? Because you are working under an employment contract. So the employer then owns the
right to the production.
So in Ghana, we don't technically have work for hire where I must show that. So I've explained to them that I don't really need these agreements from these guys. But me right now, yes, you're right. Some of the instrumentalists are beginning to ask me, that was so do I get any? I said no. I asked you, how much are you going to charge me?
And you charged.
That's the first thing I do. I say, I have a song. I want you to play this instrument, brass. How much are you going to charge me? I ask for an invoice. You see, these are the things we don't do. I say, WhatsApp me your invoice. Don't just tell me how much you're going to send me Momo. I won't do that. Send me an invoice.
An invoice.
In the invoice, say what deposit you want.
Yeah.
I want to pay the deposit before you start playing.
Wow.
So by the time you start playing, you have at least 50% money sitting down. When we've been back and forth, I pay you your balance. I have your invoice. That this is what you said you're going to charge. I've paid you consideration. You don't. I don't need you. I can use it whenever I want to do because I've paid you for the work.
But you can credit him.
Oh,
but
yes,
not to give him
that one
royalties.
is very easy. It's on a credit.
Good.
Guitar, so and so. If you look at my albums, will have like 10 pages of credit because I use so many people. The reason that I choose
even today.
Oh yeah,
on digital platforms.
I tell you.
Do you state those? Because I don't find them on digital platforms.
I publish them.
Some do.
Some do. YouTube.
I'm glad you do.
YouTube has a limit of how what you can write.
The text. Yeah.
So I'll do the lyrics. But sometimes if the lyrics are showing up on the screen, then I don't do it in the text form. I just credit the musician.
Exactly.
6 or 7.
Yes.
I mean, you understand?
Yeah.
Putting their names there, and frankly, nobody goes to look. A few people
Some
will
of
check.
us do.
A few people will check. But if you go to some
but it's not right that people don't go to look.
Yeah, but
because that is to the disadvantage of the musicians.
Of the musicians. I encourage them. These are my boys. So I have been there. They are before.
Diana, I can hear Diana's voice.
Oh, you can hear me.
Yes.
The thing is, the people that want to know will go and look. Uncle Ken, the lay person who is not interested in who played will not go and look. But a musician who thinks, I like this sound, I need to know who's behind it, will go and look.
Okay.
And so we do put the credit there, and they would go. The one that needs to watch will watch.
And particularly those of you who use the musicians.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when anybody goes on YouTube, everyone goes for something. Yes, the lay person will not go find who played it.
Yes,
they would go try and look for the lyrics at the bottom, but they will not pay attention to everything that happened. But my producer will want to know who played it.
Exactly.
Myself would want to know who played it. The bass guitar who
Thank
played
you.
Gwendolyn's
Gwendolyn.
It's fine. She's the only one allowed to.
Quindolin, anybody that's played on Quindolin song would want to know who played on Diana Hamilton's song. So yes, All right, I'm sorry to have interrupted.
No, that's okay. There's something I missed out on. I want to clarify the issue of the duration of the performance rights. The rights of a performer, in respect of the performance, are protected for a period of 70 years, starting from the end of the calendar year in which the performance was fixed on a physical medium. And in the absence of such a fixation, from the calendar year in which the performance took place. That's section 29.
Okay, so that's the law now.
70 years.
So it's not
It
after
used to
the
be
death.
after the death of the person.
Are you talking about
copyright-
performance?
Yeah, but you see, when it becomes fixed. So when you record, then it has become fixed.
Okay.
So this section 29. There are other sections to do it. But it's on another thing about the offenses. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So a person who causes to be reproduced, duplicated, extracted, imitated, or imported into the country, right, except for private work, distributes or causes to be distributed in the country, any work, exhibits, permits, or causes exhibited, removes or alters, distributes, imports, manufactures, imports, circumvents any technological protection, commits an offense.
Okay.
A person who infringes a right protected under this act commits an offense and is liable on summary conviction. It's not it's summary conviction.
Yeah.
Conviction to a fine of not more than 1,000 penalty units, which is just
Which is how much?
It's 12 cedis per penalty.
Right.
So it's not big. But wait, and not less than 500 penalty units, or a term of imprisonment of not more than 3 years, or both.
So it's criminal.
And in the case of a continuing offense, you've been told, but you are still doing it. Continuing offense, a further fine of not less than 20 penalty units for not more than 100 penalty units for each day that the offense continues. So can you imagine how much trouble people will be in if we started enforcing? I think.
Wow. You want to add something to it? Okay.
With the what Uncle Ace mentioned, so you see, there is a different types of works. So the duration he mentioned is in relation to the recording. So that's the performance right.
Okay.
So when it comes to the creator's right under section 12, that one starts after the death of the creator.
Oh, so
yes,
two different things.
Two different things. Yes.
it shows the distinction
between the two works. Yes.
Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, Gwendolyn, you can ask a question.
On this topic.
Good.
So, after the 70 years, say like an anti-diner, her grandchildren knew that, okay, this song was a hit. Are they allowed to re-register the copyright?
Okay, what happens is
if they can prove their family.
Copyright is an asset. The shows in action. Check out there. And so I can will the copyrights in the songs I've written to anybody, my children, or a friend, or to Jeffrey. I can will it to them. And it becomes part of the estate, so they own it. If somebody reproduces it after my death, they can go after the person, although I'm dead. And because it's an individual right, you are right. It's 70 years after my life.
Yes.
But if it's performance, it's 70 years from when it was put in a fixed form.
So I'm asking about the performance. The
performance rights it's also she does a performance, she puts in a fixed form. That is 70 years from when it was reduced to a fixed form. If it's an individual right, like I've written the song, it is my life so that I die, and then 70 years
after the death.
So my children and my grandchildren and my great grandchildren might benefit for it. 70 years after my death, then it expires, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then at that point, it becomes free. It's
expired.
Yes.
Okay.
Then
You can't renew it.
It falls into the no. It falls into the public domain. Public domain.
Just trying to see.
It falls into the public
domain song.
Yeah, because the rights have expired.
Okay.
So that is why in one of the instances which happened in Ghana, the people who rose up were the children of the composer who was dead. And they, I understand, will show that he expressly willed it to them. But even if he doesn't will it, it's like any other asset. It falls into what we call intestacy. And so under the intestate succession law, somebody will succeed to the property.
So the
Right.
person
You guys,
take-
it's not true. No.
Okay.
Somebody will come after you.
Uncle Ken, kindly finish with your submission. Then I'll come to Brefo, and then we go to.
I think I have. I mean,
You're done?
I
Okay.
wanted to ask these questions
All
just
right.
for clarification
All right.
purposes. But if we are to move into other aspects of
We-
the gospel,
We are going, Jackson. So let's talk about how much of the work constitutes infringement. How long of let me say maybe is it 2 bars? Is it 4 bars? Is it 2 minutes? How much of the work constitutes infringement?
Kwame, I was surprised. There is no duration. There is nothing like. There is a
if I take 2 seconds,
nothing.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. So you see, that's there has been some narrative that goes on that when you take 5 seconds, 30 seconds.
Where
I
did you
mean,
get that from?
Yeah, I mean, I hear it a lot. I mean, people say when you take 5 seconds.
That's what Kwame is asking.
I get so surprised. I mean, You are stealing. There is nothing like I stole small.
I'm stealing small.
No,
small
theft is theft.
I thought just 5 cedis. What was that?
This is a lawyer, so he will help us if there is something called there is a small theft or there's a huge theft. So yes, theft is theft. So there is nothing like I'm thinking 1 bar or 2 bars, or it's been happening, but hey, we're here to say that there is nothing like that. And if you want to do anything, it's not a problem. I mean, I side with Uncle Ace. You see, one, it begins from respect. If you really respect the creativity that has happened, and also honesty. Sometimes our creatives, I will always bundle them actually. Our creatives would sign certain contracts. I mean, engage in certain things, and later on, it comes hunting. And the consequences, I mean, they are so dire. They are so dire. So it's anybody who is thinking a bar or 2 or 3, you know it. You know you are thinking someone's creativity.
You have taken it.
Yes. So just be fair. I mean, and get the. In fact, in most instances, this is what happens. The creatives themselves, if they realize it's going to be monetized, they won't even charge you head on. That, oh, give me 10,000 CDs or 20,000 Ghana CDs or whatever. They will first come in with the fact that is it sampling. If it's sampling, it means that composition is moving with record.
Record, yeah.
Yes. So you declare. If it is interpolation, it means that it's just the composition and then the lyrics. They just want a percentage out of the exploitation of the work.
All right.
So it's not a matter of you have to pay. Sometimes that's what people fear, that as I'm going to seek authorization, they're going to ask me pay $5,000, pay $10,000. People don't actually want that. Most of people we have assisted in this angle will actually tell you that register my rights in the work for me. If it's 20%, if it's 30%, I want that.
So the
right.
revenue that comes, they have a percentage.
Yes, he gets that percentage, and then he's fine. Yes, but mostly people will just not. And like Uncle A said, people just don't want morally their works to be associated with certain things, and that is for their personal reasons.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can't
yes.
Maybe what you're using the work for.
Yes.
He doesn't like it.
Yes.
To be used
I'll give you a
for
typical
that.
example. Imagine a alcoholic beverage company picks your gospel song and use it for
Like,
synchronization.
Adumo.
Yes, being used to promote alcohol. You wouldn't like it.
I can rewrite the alcoholic version of that.
Yes.
Yes.
They say, no, I didn't say Adum, so I've not stolen your song. But the melody is there.
Yes.
But the moral right, he's
there.
He's on something very
Okay,
important.
let's listen.
So he wouldn't want his work to be associated with that.
Okay.
And that is why you first need to seek the authorization. It's not even about the money. Then second, I remember a very big bank in Ghana reached out to us that they wanted to use I Feel Good, James Brown.
Okay.
For sync.
What is sync, please?
Synchronization.
What is that?
So using music in motion with either a video or an audio.
All right.
So you're doing that at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, normal synchronization. So they reached out, and that was it was a video production. They reached out, the advertising company reached out, and we're supposed to look out for them on who owns the rights. When we checked, the publishing rights was under Downtown. So then Downtown was acquiring Share. So Share is in South Africa. We had to reach out to Share. And then when we checked the master rights was with Universal Records. So I reached out to them, and then I said, you know what? You have to license each of these works separately. The first output was that, why? And I have to deliver a whole lecture on the fact that the master right belongs to Universal Records. And then the publishing rights is now with Downtown. So Downtown sent their invoice. I think at that time they were charging about $20,000 for just the publishing. And they added a caveat that this is just for the composition rights.
Okay.
Universal is here to submit
their bill
for the master.
Okay. It makes sense.
Yes. So it's seeking. And if that bank went ahead to do that production, now we live in a very global world. That production would have featured on Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah, they'll find it.
Yes, they'll find it.
They'll find it.
Then they would not have found it because television, terrestrial, I mean, radio, it wasn't too digital. But now it's even much complex than it used to be before.
Okay.
Yes. So I will always encourage honesty first.
All right.
Because you see, the problem starts even from registration. He picks from someone's works, goes to copyright office, goes to register the work as his own. Then it moves from copyright. So no matter the level of even due diligence Gamro will do, the work will come, we request for copyright registration. It will come and it is still in the name of that person. Sometimes he has picked from another person, or that same artist has sold the economic right of that work.
And you wouldn't know.
Yes.
And then he'll bring it to you.
Yes.
But copyright, don't they listen to the works?
You mean Gamro?
And
No,
Copyright,
Copyright
office.
office, yeah.
When you go to register, you are supposed to go and deposit.
Deposit,
copies,
then they'll listen. Oh,
copies of your works.
can it be Ghana with deal?
You see the point I want to make.
No, elsewhere, algorithms do this. They load it onto
Exactly.
it, and the machine will find.
So if you go to copyright and you have stolen somebody's thing and copyright have not detected,
I mean, ideally, that is where it's supposed to come from.
So what parameters do they use to detect whether the song is
But you should
originally
be in
the
the know.
person's? Do you have any idea?
Officers
No, so
there
that is
should
with
be
copyright
in the
office.
I'm asking. You have any idea?
No.
I do not think they have that.
It's
Kwame, you see the problem?
But it's a lot of money to be invested into that.
And so we should.
Yeah, we should.
So
we should invest.
Once it moves from copyright to Gamro or any other third party, you may not be able to know what the right holder has done. And in fact, some of the works, there are multiple right holders to it.
Yeah.
What is this?
So the interested parties, you can have a work with about 6 interested parties. And now with the platforms and tools that we use, let's say Gamro has a reciprocal with the MLC in the United States. When a work that someone has declared to you, I own 100% of the rights, you know to MLC and you're getting about 6, 7 interested parties in the work.
Because people are registering.
Yes. And you see, unfortunately, the formalization of this business has never been done in this country. So until quite recently, we never knew what we call split sheets.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes. So split sheet is a contract.
Full contract.
Yes.
Often
and
next to a major
yes.
contract.
And I always say,
Yes.
it's like we frying an egg.
Things by
Yes.
themselves.
We frying an egg in the music composition process.
Without
We
going
frying an
through
egg.
any structure.
Someone brings in the egg itself. Someone brings the oil. Someone brings the gas,
The saucepan.
the match, and all that. After the end of the day, the egg is fried. But then we'll be able to appreciate that Kwame Dadzie needs half of the egg. Then the remaining rest of the team share the rest. This has to be documented.
Exactly.
On clear paper. Both parties signing. When you have the chance to work with people outside the jurisdiction, all these documentations are there. It's not something you have to struggle with. But when works enter into conflict in this country, you just have to pull out or settle, like Uncle A said, because there are no split sheet to it. There are absolutely no split sheet.
A few matters.
I mean,
very
few. Yes.
Very few.
So what will happen is that, and several times, the interesting part is that you have one work, let's say Aseda. You know all the interested parties. Kwame Dadzie will declare his own. Philip will declare his own. At the end of the day, you will see varying declaration. So Philip is declaring 70%, Kwame is declaring 80%. 100%, we've exceeded it. You call for split sheets because that's the only document that can settle this matter. And we don't have it. And so this is one of the...
Why don't we have it?
No, because the parties involved never did anything.
They don't even know what it is.
They don't know what it is.
We're not there yet.
Yes.
Kwame, this is why I said that the record companies back in the day were organized and had a structure.
But there are no record companies. There are no serious record companies.
Yes, even beyond the record, even beyond the record companies, even the record company, you will say they cut for the sound recording or the masters. Even the composition itself.
Yes.
If there are other right holders involved, you need to declare everybody.
Because when you wrote the thing, you took it from keyboardist.
And then he added something.
And a certain,
yes.
And then before you took it to the
yes.
all these may be right holders.
In fact, there are interested parties who own even 5% to their works, 12%, 15%. It is shared. So you need to declare this. Unfortunately, I can declare 90% of works we have in this country now doesn't have split sheets.
Right. Because I'm doing one with Universal. And we are hiring the split sheet. So they say, Okay, so if it's 100%, you first split it into two.
Yeah.
Writer is half,
And then
master is half.
Yeah.
But then the publisher is going to take half of the writer's half.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have a split sheet. And then even with the writer, if there are other people, as I was explaining to Joyful Way, but Sunday, we had to go, that you didn't write the song though.
Yeah.
Other people wrote the songs and you produce it. So you own the master audio. But because, we're gospel people and everything, we'll split our writer's rights with you.
Yeah.
And then the master audio, you can keep that as well. So at the end of the day, you get a little bit more. So on that, and we haven't done this in Joyful Way before. This is the first time because Universal and
it's pressing you.
They are pressing me.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So there's a parent agreement.
Wow.
Which they authorize the company that I'm dealing with. Then the company demanded that I form a company in Ghana. So there's a framework agreement. Then there's a direct contract agreement. Then when we identify the artists, we sign separate agreements with them. Each of them with a split sheet.
Wow. 05511.
So you see, the original
Uncle
Ace was saying,
the time not really continue.
The original publisher
finish.
in this work, he mentioned that a publisher, and it's been a narrative around that publishers are the one who put their works on platforms and all that. No, that's wrong.
No.
A publisher to a work is actually at the aspect of the composition. So they basically monetizes the composition. So his duty is to ensure that once the creativity happens, the collection of monies accruing to the composition, that is the lyrics and then the composition itself, he chases all these things and ensure that the monies are coming. So at every point in time where the composition aspect is declared, where there is an original publisher, that original publisher claims at least 50% of the royalties accruing to the creative aspect, that is the composition and then the lyrics aspect.
Yeah, and let me explain further. It is very people underestimate the work of publishers. But if you work with the international publishers, they give you the spreadsheet for the year. You need an accountant.
Yeah.
Because you have been telling me all day that we don't have such professionalism in this country.
The people to do it exist. Just that they cost money. So look, if they send you 100 pages spreadsheet for 12 months, you are tracking one that the song was played 3 times in Azerbaijan. Under Azerbaijani law, a certain percentage has been paid off as taxes.
Taxes, yeah.
And the rights that accrued was this. The publisher's portion is this. The composer's right is this. The master whatever rights is this. Then you have to do further. So we are joking with this thing, and that's probably why a lot of our songs aren't going international. Because the regulations, many of us are not set up.
Right.
So not only do you need lawyers to advise you, or the technical people to monitor what is going on, you need to hire an accountant. And sometimes they say that they can't declare to you every month because it's a whole accounting process. So the argument is that we declare, we give you the details once a year. If you want details, you pay for it.
Okay. All right.
Kwame,
and even sometimes,
Kwame,
sometimes when someone outside wants to use a music,
we have Kewa and Dana.
Sorry.
And there are. So I'll come back to you. Nino says, "Can the performer will the right when the creator is alive?" Please note these questions down. We'll come back to them. Can the performer will the right when the creator is alive? Another one from Adam Free Avevo, and he says, "Today's topic must be extended. There's too much to learn. Ace Ankuma needs more time to expatiate on this topic." Marvin Gaye's family sued Robin Thicke and Pharrell Williams when they sampled "Got," so gave it up for Blurred Lines. And then Celestine Donko's new project, Bobo Hymns, some chord progressions and way of singing was taken from Alvin Slaughter's Hallelujah. Okay, so this is coming from Adam Free Avevo. Let me take more comments here. This one says, "Hello, good afternoon, Joy FM. I'm listening and learning. If you start talking about choral music now, I don't think you close today. They have flouted this law more than necessary." Wilson Bawe. And another one here says, "I'm learning a lot. Can you ask Ace Ankuma what about those that do videos on TikTok singing gospel songs and get paid for the number of views they get?" Okay. And this one says, "Good evening, Kwame Dadzie and your entire Showbiz A to Z crew. Theft is theft too. Remember our Brafo and Drake's issue? We just kill the cat." Kill a cat. Intro from Niamu. "Good evening, Kwame Dadzie. My regards to your resource persons, especially Ace Ankuma and Uncle Ken. What most people don't know is that music is a gift or talent which comes to the individual naturally. That includes lyrics and rhythms. People who are naturally gifted in the industry don't usually struggle with some of these basic issues you are discussing. We are currently faced with a problem because people are simply interested in the business aspect of music and so don't have the decency of going through the accepted process to come out with their own unique products. As a minister of the gospel, I even come so disappointed when I sometimes hear people create gospel music out of known reggae music rhythm, whereas our God-given innovation and creativity prosper from the Akuman sentient that one I don't think we have anymore. So these are questions, and I'll ask one. Assuming that I perform a Quindarin song at a program and I get paid, is it for commercial purpose or not for commercial purpose?
So you perform Quindalin's
song at an event. I get paid for it.
Yes, so you get paid for it. One, what has to happen is that the event organizer has to, one, declare all the works that are going to be performed
same way
to a CMO in the country. So one, if you want to put out a show that Dwayne work is going to be performed, you need to first declare all the works. Yes. After declaration, then when the performances happen, we go through, because the declaration will come with payment. So when you declare all that, the next thing that follows is you're going to pay some monies. When you come and you perform her songs, those monies that will be collected from the declaration and subsequent payment will go to her. Because you are not the original owner of the work.
So the event organizer, is paying on behalf
of,
okay,
yes. So
of the performer.
Yes. Currently, most of the, let's say, A-list events, I can say they do that. So what happens? No, they don't even declare it. So they'll come and then they will just, I have to pay money. I'll pay you money. So we have to employ people to go and pick the data.
So who determines how much you pay?
Come again.
Who determines how much you pay?
Who determines how
much?
much?
Because you said they come to you and they say, oh,
mostly
I want to pay money.
It's a percentage of the proceeds. So you juggle 10%, 7%.
So they come after the performance?
No, you have to pay this before the performance. So you do a deposit before the performance. That this particular show will be organized at Accra Sports Stadium. The capacity is 10,000. Each ticket is 100 cedis. So you pay 10% out of the gate proceeds of the entire gate proceeds you get before the show or right after the show. Then you make a deposit. After the show, you come and then we sit and you arrange whether you filled up to capacity or you did not. After that, you see, first you have to declare the works. If it's not declared, we will come and pick all that data.
Wow.
Yes, we do so because.
But do you do so?
Yes, we do so.
Do you do so?
And
do you really do so?
Oh no, now. No, we do it now. In fact, now we pay. Now we pay. We pay based on statements.
Okay.
So when you get your statement, you will see every channel where your music was used. However, it has to be based on whether the organizer or the channel paid.
Okay.
Because after reminders to the event organizer or the particular channel using the music, if they don't pay, the CMO cannot pay. In fact, in August 2025, Napster in the United States issued a statement to, its parties that, you know what, Napster could not meet its obligatory agreement with the MLC. And so if you have your works on Napster, we are sorry, we cannot collect for you. So you have to go and chase Napster for these works. Because mostly the CMO would have to spend a lot of money in litigations in trying to recoup these monies, which sometimes doesn't even make economic sense. Yes. So the problem, and Kwame, I've always been telling you, the non-compliance issues in the country, like we have been discussing from the beginning of the show, it's so high that the average Ghanaian doesn't even know that picking an intellectual property requests you to seek an explicit authorization, else don't use it.
All right. Let me go to Dinah Hamilton. She's been waiting for us. Let me ask her her last question. Dinah, are you there? Hello, Dinah?
Yes,
Okay.
sir, I'm here.
Dinah is there. Dinah, if you found out that somebody has used your song without your authorization, what would you do?
It's by the grace of God, we have policies in place that police these things. Okay, classic example, and for that it will be not taking the song, but one of the things that is working against people that want to do these events and put out live events will be if you have organized an event that you intend to later broadcast or to get your live performances, do post-production and put out. One time we had somebody come put a camera bang on in the middle of the event, covered the whole stage, had about 2 other cameras that we didn't know, filmed these events, sat down, edited, and put out the whole. We finished the event on Sunday. I think the guy vision mixed. And by Monday, he had put out the full event and had written underneath it for donations to this charity, sent to this money, sent to this
Wow.
Momo account. And the whole night of I was on stage for about an hour and a half. And he put out the whole night on YouTube, monetized it, and also put out a number, knowing that Diana Hamilton is involved in charitable events and activities. And so he put out a number and said to give donations out. Well, by the grace of God, the systems we have in place, our distributors will flag this up. And then what I saw Uncle Ace say that you'll receive a strike. And then when the strike happens, then they start calling the team to apologize, to say they're sorry and that we should go and reverse what has happened. And it's not even in our hands. Those are difficult times and you can't do anything about it. And it's not fair on whoever put the event out that this should happen. The same way I have asked people to allow me to redo my songs, to put it out. If people approach and my team do accept that it's okay and they allow it, great. I have seen other people use my song. I think the last time I was dressing up for TGMA, I saw a whole live session by Kwekute, and she had done What Shall I Render? He had done What Shall I Render? He had done my meditations. And I was worshiping with it during the dressing time. I don't even know whether it was monetized or anything. I don't even know. I will know what, I think my team will check and find out what is happening to it. But it's a difficult one for us, I have to say.
All right, Quindaling, same question. If you found out that somebody had reproduced your work, what action would you take?
There's been a few, especially with You Are Good. I've had, you be on YouTube. Again, it depends on how well you have positioned your music and your publishing as well. Sometimes I'm there, we get an email saying this person has uploaded a song that belongs to you, and then you go check and they ask if you permit it or not. You click yes or no. It's up to us to click that.
Okay.
So, but then it becomes a bit dicey because then the emotional part of, oh, you're doing this for God, why wouldn't you let them, it comes into the picture. So you just have to apply wisdom, and then your management as well has to know how to approach the situations. As an artist, I stay away from it as much as possible. My management goes in front of me. My management goes in front of me. I mean, sometimes it's ignorance. Sometimes it's just they're just hoping you don't see it. And most of these channels are monetized. You minister somewhere, and before you wake up the next morning, someone has posted Queen Darlene's ministration at, and then the page is actually monetized. So it's case by case. If it's someone you know or people you respect, you reach out. Sometimes you reach out to and the person comes back with arrogance, or we're putting your thing up and you are complaining. Okay, in that case we click no. And whatever happens to you after your channel after that,
all right,
is up to you. Yeah.
Kewa is still on. Kewa. Hello, Kewa. Hello, Dave. Pastor Dave. Hey, okay. Is it Dave or Anthony? I missed it. Kewa, if Kewa is not...
It's David, but I think he's muted. Yeah, he's back on.
Oh, okay. Kewa, let me speak to you as a pastor.
Yes, what?
Let me speak to you as a pastor.
Okay, sir.
Would you advise that a gospel musician who has found out that somebody has used his or her work maybe take damages in terms of money from the person? Would you advise that?
Why not?
You see, it's a very broad conversation to have, and I think that the let me start by saying that the very space that Christians have left for the secular, I mean, for like the world, for want of a better word, is this secular space, or for want of a better word, entertainment, how to monetize things, how to make sure things are done, I mean, properly, because we have spiritualized everything, and Christians are taught to say, by the grace of God, it's not my, very modest, but I'm of the view that we need to start training and teaching. I'm very happy about this conversation because we need to start teaching people to understand that Christian music, for want of a better word, no matter how it is, should come to a place where you can monetize and then make some money out of it. I said Christian music. The conversation about gospel will come up because I was speaking to somebody, he said, but Jesus never, gospel is, the message of Jesus. And it was never monetized, for want of a better word. Jesus spoke the word, freely he gave because it says, freely have you received, freely give. So I've always mentioned that Christians should be able to do not only gospel music, but Christian music. I'll explain. Christian music can not only be gospel music. I don't know whether you get me. Because gospel is about the death, resurrection, the benefits of that. But you see, Christianity is, for want of a better word, is society. We have people going through emotional issues, people going through marital issues. So we should encourage people to do beautiful love songs that can heal marriages. Encourage people to do songs that carry hope messages that can, sometimes somebody just wants to hear, it will be well. Not, particularly from the perspective that, Jesus will do it. Like, somebody wants to hear somebody pat their back and say that I've been through this before, and this is what I did. I met this lawyer, I did this. The Christian space has, for want of a better word, treaded cautiously when it comes to, because we have spiritualized all this. I come from a space where, I've produced secular music for over close to 30 years. Okay, and there are times that I go for Christian events, and when you're introduced, there's a way Christians, for want of a better word, hey, now where's over there, you see. But I'm always championing the fact that Christians can do beautiful love songs without, negative lyrics, for want of a better word. And so I say that this secular and then worldly are different things. Secular, because for what you're doing as a radio presenter, you are doing a secular job. I'm sure that through your quest to, do your program, there are times that you play commercials from alcoholic beverages, etc., etc. It does not change who you are. As a Christian, you are in a secular space, and then you are doing your work. You see, otherwise, we still come to see. Let me be honest with you. There was a gospel artist who is no more, so I can talk about this. He used to sneak into my studio. In those days, and record a lot of love songs, beautiful love songs that when broken marriages or marriages that are on the verge of breaking, listen to, can heal and mend. And I'll ask him, is it possible we can release these songs? He comes late at night, around 11, 12, sometimes work overnight, and then he goes back. I can tell you that we've done about 70 songs, and we couldn't release any of them because he was looking at a strategic time to release those songs. Why? Because the church will bash him.
Kewa.
Yes, sir.
Some people are bashing you already. They are saying that you did not answer whether anyone who infringes on copyrights of a gospel song, whether the person should pay damages or just.
There. No, I'm.
Please, you have 1 minute more left. You have 1 minute left.
Okay, all right. So eventually, if we're able to define what gospel music is, what Christian music is, there's no problem. If anybody is in my church and somebody has touched their property, remember in the beginning I said intellectual property, I will encourage the person to seek help from a right, source who can help them to correct that narrative. You see,
all right.
And there's no problem with spiritualizing that because the emotional bit will come in, and I agree with that, and I believe that it will bring us to a place where we all learn and become better people.
Great. Thank you, Kewa. Yes. He is a pastor. He is also a music producer. Yeah, thank you so much for your submission. Let me do 1 minute with Uncle Ken and do 1 minute with Ace because we have just 3 minutes left. Uncle Ken. Just 3 minutes left.
When was your birthday?
Last week.
What do you mean?
Oh, no, this week.
What do you mean last week?
This week.
What date?
18th.
18th?
Yes, please.
How old were you?
41.
Huh?
41.
41.
Yes, please.
Belated happy birthday.
Thank you.
To you.
But you promised me you'll give me something.
Yes, that's why I'm asking.
Okay. Oh, Uncle Ken is behind this. Like, seriously? Woo! Uncle Ken.
So, folks, it was Kwame's birthday. 18. He should clap for himself.
Uncle Ken.
It was his birthday. And Kwame's done a fantastic job since joining us.
I'm emotional right now.
And continues to do so, So we all wish him a very, very happy birthday, be it belated. We ask God for good health, long life, and a lot of intelligence to keep doing what he does.
I don't want to cry.
Don't cry.
Show on Showbiz A to Z on Joy FM. This is Kwame Dadzie. Saturdays 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Don't you ever flip the dial. What's up, Ghana? I go by the name Abiana, and you're listening to Kwame Dadzie on the Showbiz A to Z on Joy FM. Keep it locked. Don't go anywhere.
That was a surprise from the team. Uncle Ken, no. Philip Nye and the entire team, thank you so much for that surprise. I wasn't expecting this at all. Let me say thank you to Dana Hamilton, to you, Kewa, to Jackson Brefo, to Quindaling, to Uncle Ken again, and then to Ace, Kojo Anan Ankma. We will call you again. People are saying we should do another part, a part 2. Of this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Dinah is in London. I know Dinah will come and visit us very soon. As for Dinah, today she's in London, tomorrow she's in Ghana, the next moment she's in America. We know how she does it. Thank you so much for your time. And Ninoy says today's edition of the show has been very